Well, let me tell you what Parking Day is. Parking Day is where we take these parking spaces, right? And we turn them into community spaces. So we've got local business owners, local nonprofits. Come on, we got Harold's Italian Nights. Come on and get in there.
In a nutshell, Pontiac is typical of the cities in Michigan, not Detroit or Grand Rapids, but across Michigan there's a bunch of middle-sized cities, and they were organized by Europeans where native people had their paths, and native paths always came to water, and where paths hit water, that's where Europeans settled.
Just a little bit about what we're doing in Head Start and early Head Start right now during this time of COVID closures. So right now, the majority of where our classrooms are, those buildings are all in virtual mode.
Had to kind of switch gears with Corona and everything that happened, but we're still trying to find ways to engage the community and get work done. I'm also working with PHIN-CO.
Virtually?
Yes, currently I'm recording a standardized training for PHIN-CO. I'm going to do that myself and send it over once they go back to work, because currently the center is closed. So hopefully once they go back, they can engage with all the materials that we've created.
And would you be interested in doing that in a real-time sense?
I can definitely bring that up to Christina.
I may have asked you this question before, Jim, but what's the implications given that, you know, we are on lockdown? I mean, implications to all sorts of ideas to work or save the Phoenix Center.
Our community is not in our city, and if you visit our city, you'll recognize that. Our community needs to be in its city, and the community is really emotionally tied to almost nothing here, with one exception, and that just happens to be the Phoenix Center. So we see the Phoenix Center as that catalyst that draws community back into its city.
Here we are. So I wanted to discuss how Tennessee racism can actually stump placemaking and how it has halted us here. Because in a lot of ways, Chattanooga has a great outreach for placemaking and what that looks like. And as the state of Tennessee, it's a little bit different. But here in Chattanooga, there are a lot of places for children to just go and be.
If we were on the same page, we are a city in the midst of the wealthiest county. We are the county seat, yet we have no county park. And so really, when you look at what the residents of the city of Pontiac have gotten out of the Parks and Rec Village that benefits county parks, of which we have none in the city of Pontiac.
And what they're going to learn from this point right now is how the political process works. They can look at issues that we have right here in Pontiac, like why don't we have a park downtown? Why can't we have a education center where children can go to? One of the things that was brought to my attention 6 years ago, maybe more, was using the Phoenix Center as an education center. How great would that be?
Which I think Bree had been touching on as well, is there is currently and also historically a lot of inequity, legally speaking and socially and all of that, around kids, and especially kids of color, in recreational and public spaces.
These kids growing up in Raleigh, they grew up asking, where can we go? So here's a map of Raleigh. This is the creek. This is the elementary school that they went to. But like, if you look at all of this, it's like it's all private, like no access. They were like refugees in their own town, you know, no wheeled vehicles. They're being chased off everywhere.
And so we've sort of evolving through this process, and we call it the United Streets of America. And so these are just some of the design prompts that we're working on pro bono, equity-based projects across the country as a team.
School with $2.5 million so that we could have a school without walls, so these children could do place-based learning and really get into the community and get engaged. They're working through this whole process with these students to start doing this design thinking.
Look, 1, 2, 3, cut.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Who's the future of Pontiac? The future of Pontiac
Are the kids. The kids are the future of Pontiac. We're going to redesign Pontiac into something new.
Awesome. And we're going to have input, and ideas, and creativity, and imagination. And most of all, we're going to have fun.
Yes.
Anybody else?
You see the Phoenix Center down there? Yeah! We don't have any idea what to do with it. We've spent billions of dollars building it, and guess what? It's wide open and empty, so we need your help. What should be on the Phoenix Center? Okay. So we're going to do this. Everybody quiet down. Real quiet. I want you to say something after me. I am the future of Pontiac. Nothing happens without my say-so.